Hey everybody, Thunder here. Well, I'm doing this video today because this might be my last video since I wrote YouTube and Google and gave them a bunch of shit. It's getting old, people. It's really getting old, and I'm not going to put up with the bullshit from anybody anymore, anywhere. Not that I ever did, but now I'm really not. And what I'm talking about here is the shit we're seeing on YouTube is ridiculous. It's never been this way. And you go to play a video or a YouTube video, one will play fine if it's just like about some generic thing that they don't care about, like let's say meditation or a history thing or a music video or whatever. Then they get on those about copyright, but they don't care if those play fine. But when you go to like put on Russia Today or some controversial subject, that they can't outright just say that's illegal, because they'd be, and not put it up because they'd be violating the First Amendment. So they violate the First Amendment of freedom of speech by making some of these videos load up real slow. And then you know how you have that little cursor there, the little circle that moves, and there's a red line behind it, and then a white line goes out in front of it that shows it's loaded up and it's free to go. But guess what? That little white line that goes out there goes boop and snaps back sometimes, and well, they're controlling it. It's got some kind of automatic control, or somebody sitting there controlling it. But that white line is not supposed to just snap back. It's once it gets to that streaming point where it says, hey, yeah, this is okay, the little ball can come up. And that's what's fucking happening. Okay? And I'm sick of it. It's getting old. And so I wrote YouTube and I wrote Google and I said, this FCC stuff is totally illegal. It's bullshit in so many words. We know what you're doing. Quit. And they have the gall, Google does, to send us letters through the email saying, we're working hard for your rights as to keep from getting spied upon. And yet they take this 300-page FCC new laws and just don't even, Congress doesn't vote on it, nothing. It's just boom, it's just law. You can't do that. It's illegal. It's fucking illegal. And so they're blatantly doing illegal stuff to you. They're, making you bend over. Is anybody doing anything about it? They should be. Right now, every friggin' one of you should be writing YouTube. And I already wrote them. And I said, this is 1984. We know what you're doing. Quit doing it. And it's going to go to court. It will at some point, I hope. But I'm not holding my breath because it hasn't yet, has it? You'd seem like there'd be a million friggin' lawyers ready to jump on this one for, violation of the First Amendment. No transparency on the FCC 300-page document. It's getting old, people. This shit's all getting old. And I'll tell you one thing, too. This has been going on a long time. Okay, it's been going on way too long. Most people think, oh, this is just a relatively new thing, the corrupt government and, them doing things behind our back and them violating their own laws. Guess what? Iran-Contra. Can you say Iran-Contra? You know what that was? That was when Reagan took drug money, okay, and had certain pilots, okay, fly for Air America and transport that shit in here and sell it to all the black people. Oh yeah, there was a big furor about it. The CIA was deeply involved in drugs. They always have been, they always will be. They make a shitload of money off them. The Iran-Contra affair, remember, with Ollie North and all that stuff? And it was busted wide open by a reporter, Gary Wood, I think his name was, that busted it wide open. And then you know what they did? The CIA attacked him, vilified him, dug in his closet to see if they could get all kinds of shit against him. Eventually he ended, and he had a nice family, eventually he ended up alone in a room with 2 gunshots to his head that they declared suicide. Hello? And then, of course, later on, they went on to admit that, yes, they had implications, or they had connections with, for some reason, with the drug. And they were funding the rebels. And this, back then, even the rebels, the Iran-Contra rebels, guess who they were against? Russia. Communism. Has anything changed? Has anything fucking changed? And it's disappointing because, when you know history and you go back and you look at this stuff, and let's go back to World War II. Let's go back to friggin' World War II. The same shit happened right after World War II with NATO. The changing of NATO and Gladio B and secret operations. And aren't you just getting friggin' sick of it? They've been screwing us a long time, people. It's time to put your foot down and quit whining like little brats. Okay, about, we don't need it. You got to take action, and I'm taking action. Now, they may cut down my channel, throw me off here. Maybe they won't, because I've had dealings with them before. And I am an award-winning author, and I am legit. I'm almost considered a reporter, and I've had 2 FCC licenses, and I told them that. I know what the fuck they're doing. And then they have this little thing that pops up underneath the video, the YouTube video, that says, it's a little blue warning thing that says, if your streaming is slow, or if you're having problems with this thing, click here to learn more. And then you click on the little thing, and another thing comes up that says, your server, Cox Cable or whatever, maybe there's different levels of service. And yeah, we know there's different levels of service, and I have the best, so why am I having a fucking problem? This is what I got for them. That's an IQ, okay? And it's like, isn't life hard enough? Aren't they suppressing us enough? Aren't they putting their boot on our necks? The boot is on our necks, people. Can you feel it? The boot on the neck, crushing your head into the friggin' ground as they walk over you and use you as grist for the mill and put you out in the slave circuit called go get a job and work your ass off and don't fucking be able to pay the bills. You can't hardly pay the bills, and it's like a struggle from one minute to the next. Their boot's already on your neck. It's already on your neck. And so now you're going to let them interfere with this stuff, communications? Just stuff that's you can be happy with, or you can. So what if you believe a certain ideology different than what they espouse here? So you could be a goddamn this is a free country, isn't it? Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of... You can be anything you want. And you think this is old? It is. Because, I meant to say you think this is new. It's old. You can go back to the McCarthy hearings and the vilification of communism. And you know what? if they say something's bad, you got to think just the opposite. And so all along they've been saying communism's bad. Communism, they're the evil empire. They're this, they're that. Capitalism is better. Bankerism is better. Central banks controlling everybody is better. It's just a horse of a different color. And I only make, I only get like, what? 50 hits, sometimes 100 and something hits on stuff in a short period of time where other people get thousands of hits. And they're not saying shit. They're not standing up like this they're not calling the straight shots. People like Greg Hunter and, well, Gregory Manarino, they do sometimes. But are they saying what I'm saying? There's strength in numbers. I wish I was getting 3,000 hits. Of course, when you have numbers, you have attention too, and maybe they don't even care about me. But I don't want them fucking with the videos I watch. If I want to get information, I don't want censorship, and you shouldn't want it either. So what are you going to do? Let them turn this into Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, That's what the internet's going to be. Oh, you can come on here and have fun and Xbox and PlayStation, and you can play games, and you can have little communities, but shit, they infiltrate right into the community. Google has these huge tentacles. They probably control the whole friggin' internet. So Thunder made a decision, and and that's what it is. And if I'm not on here anymore, then so be it. But these assholes are not going to get away with this shit. I'm tired of it. Life's hard enough without having to go, you go on YouTube, just want to watch a friggin' video. And they're slowing it down now and putting that little circular thing that says it's loading up and all this. Hello? And you're paying what? 40, 50 bucks a month for friggin' high-speed internet? For what? For them to fucking slow it down? This don't fly, people. I'm sorry. And somebody should have challenged this by now in the courts, this 300-page document from the FCC that nobody's read, nobody voted on, it's totally illegal. Just like taxes are totally illegal with the 16th Amendment that was never ratified. And they just keep pulling the wool over people's eyes. And everybody goes, yeah, we love that. Do it some more. Friggin' idiots. Putting up with this shit. Don't anybody take this personally. This is just directed out at the mass populace, okay? For those who know me, and I know them, and we all know we're friends, this is not for you. This is for the mass populace out there. This shit needs to be said. I'm sorry. And I'm going to say it. I'm a truth teller. And if you don't start getting on, writing YouTube, because there is a thing, contact YouTube. Of course, they take a picture of your page. Seriously. Before you can submit it, they have to take a screenshot. Really? You can't just submit a letter without a screenshot of your page. So, but I do enough business with Google, I may slide, but don't count on it. I do business with them. I pay for websites. I have a credit card on file. What, do they want to lose everybody? And they will. I'm not going to take this shit anymore. It's like that movie, we're not going to take it anymore. Oh, yell out the window. Stick your butt out the window. It's crazy. Think about it. I just, when they just blatantly lie like that, I mean, why can't they just leave communications alone? Why? Because people tell truth through it. So what? So what? What are you afraid of? What are you people afraid of? You're a bunch of cowardly wimps. Oh, we're afraid the people are they might find out something. Well, don't you think they're going to find out anyway without the goddamn internet? And if they don't, they ain't worth it anyway. And that's probably what you think too. You think, oh, these people aren't worth it anyway. They're just dumb shits. And if they can't wake up enough to see what we're doing to them, then we might as well eliminate them. Because they don't have any brain cells. That's the way they think. So you got to show them you got some brain cells. And they might think, oh, well, he might be worth it. Let's see, this, we're going to cull the population. On this side, we're going to put people with brain cells and people without brain cells, or functioning ones. It's getting old, people. And it's time to just rely on Great Spirit. But if they're gonna take shit away from you, you're not gonna at least give them shit about it and say what they're doing, so they'll know that you're not another dumb fuck that has his head up his ass. It doesn't know anything about the normal person on the street I'm talking about. And am I being too harsh? No, because if I know it, they should know it. It ain't up to me to tell them, that they're getting screwed. Is it? Is it up to me to tell them they're getting screwed? Don't they have enough brain cells to know it themselves? You people out there? So go watch all these famous guys that you watch every day that say the same thing over and over, because that's all that's going to be left. And you know what? They're going to sell out, because that's how they make their bread, their money, their moolah. It ain't about truth with them, and don't think for 1 minute that it is. Do I ever say, well, I guess I have sometimes, if you like this video, hit the like button and spread it around. I don't even sell myself. I could. People are really missing out when they're not listening to what I'm saying or hear. You know why? Because I'm telling the fucking truth. Yeah, I cuss too. I'm real. I'm a real person, not a talking head. Okay, I'm out of here. Peace to all you people in the council. This wasn't for you.